Happy Arvo. Hello, thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? Welcome to This Week in Australia. That's right. We're all the way from up here in Indiana. I'm going down under to see what happened in Australia this week. Let's do it. All right. Honestly, I'm surprised the top post is not about the Olympic gold rush that happened this week for Australia, but okay. Rest in peace, Aussie legend Jack Carlson, dead at 82. I'm not familiar, but apparently he's a big deal. I'm going to have to react to this guy. I've never heard of him. The man behind the greatest memes Australia has ever provided the world. How do I not know him? How have I not reacted to the greatest Australian memes in the world? I'm going to have to do that next week. Subscribe. I'll be reacting to that on Monday. 1991 in Brisbane's Fortitude Valley outside the China Sea restaurant, Carlson bellowed the words that would etch him into viral history. Gentlemen, this is democracy manifest. I'm lost. Rest in peace to him, and apparently rest in peace to another guy. Apparently this week, everybody's dying. The last Australian rat of Tobruk has passed away at 102. Rat of Tobruk. Soldiers of the Australian-led Allied garrison that held the Libyan port of Tobruk against the Afrika Korps during the siege of Tobruk in World War II. Whoa. 14,000 Australian soldiers. Well, that also sounds interesting, something I might want to react to next week. Well, rest in peace to Thomas Page Pritchard. 102. There she is. Arissa True becomes Australia's youngest medalist at 14 years and 84 days old. Almost the youngest gold medalist ever in Olympic history. Of course, I did an entire reaction to just her yesterday, so I don't need to dive into that anymore. But she is a legend. And of course, Nina Kennedy, the women absolutely shredding for Australia. It's crazy that you've already beat your record at 18 gold medals, and there are still potentially more to come. There's a bargain right now at Salvo's, folks. Go down, head on down, $400 is all you need to take home a pair of R.M. Williams boots. Slightly used. I actually don't know R.M. Williams, but it's crazy how much boots cost, so maybe that actually is a deal. I don't know. Everything else aside, who's walking into Salvo's with $400 to spend on boots? Rich hipsters cosplaying to be poor. So this must be like a thrift store. It's kind of funny because it's like Salvation Army. That's the most popular, well, I guess Goodwill's the most popular thrift store over here in America. But then there's Salvation Army, and this is called Salvos, which sounds like an Australian slang term for Salvation Army. Maybe that's what it is. And of course, shout out to Matt Ebden and John Peers defeating the Americans, who got silver and bronze, to win the gold for men's doubles tennis. I'm not surprised. Like I said, a lot of good tennis players down under. But they're the first to do it since 1996, which really isn't that long ago. I mean, what is that, 6 Olympics ago? The USA defeats Australia 2 medals to 1 for the second time in a week. Well, they don't look too happy about it, do they? Because Australia took... Is this the tennis players? Is this not the same? I can't tell. That must be. It looks like they're on the tennis court. That's a weird way to frame this in the Australian subreddit. The Aussies look absolutely devo. I don't know what that means. Oh, devastated. Yeah, they look devastated. They'll count them as 4 medals. Well, there are 4 medals. Hey, you've got a point there. It should count 4 medals. I see 4 medals. Hey, I'll count yours as 2. If you check the New York Times right now, they have their medal table order by number of medals. And guess what? USA are winning. Time to break out the per capita table. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. This is what I was talking about the other day. Someone actually made it. Okay, so 2024 Paris gold medals per capita. So this is kind of what I assumed. There's a couple countries that have like way less than even 1 million people. So they have, despite only having 1 gold medal, they have the most medals per capita. And it's their entire population, you know? But then New Zealand. Oh my God, New Zealand has 5? So 1 per million people. Then Ireland, about 1 per million, 1.3 million. And then Australia right there, 1.5 million. Wow. If you're getting about 1 medal per million people, that is unbelievable. So is like India at the bottom or China? Oh, Pakistan. That makes sense. Well, the people actually at the bottom, I guess, would be the countries that have 0. But for the countries that did win a medal so far, look at that. How funny is that? China, despite having 29, is way at the bottom of the list. And then the US is not very far up the list either. Let's see. I mean, Australia, honestly, probably the most... I would honestly say, I mean, maybe I'm a little biased, but the Kiwis and the Australians here are the most impressive to me, and Ireland. But in particular, Australia, because you have 18. Like, you have so many. Most of the people in this list per capita, you know, most of the countries only have a couple. The Netherlands is also killing it, huh? But look at that, New Zealand. The other, just 1 medal, and then New Zealand, 5. The Australian government raises the terrorism threat level to probable. Wow, I hate that. That's really scary. Because when they do that, they have some kind of intel, don't they? So they know something is probably about to happen. Anthony Albanese announces the government lifting the threat level from possible to probable, but says that does not mean it's inevitable.
ASIO has decided to return Australia's national terrorism threat level from possible to probable.
A threat level of probable means we assess there is a greater than 50% chance of an onshore attack or planning in the next 12 months. It does not mean that we have intelligence about a current attack planning or an expectation of an imminent attack.
We've seen a global rise in politically motivated violence and extremism. Many democracies are working to address this, including our friends in the United States and in the United Kingdom. Governments around the world are concerned about youth radicalisation, online radicalisation, and the rise of new mixed ideologies.
This trend increased during COVID.
Wow. That's really scary. Well, let's hope that doesn't come to fruition. Stay safe out there, guys. I'm sure it's just as likely over here in America, too. Undeniable proof Aldi's barbecue snackos are better than barbecue shapes. Whoa. This is quite a claim to be making. They're $2.31 cheaper, have 25 grams more in the box, and surprisingly have a more intense flavor. I'm sold. I mean, the shapes are excellent. I've never had the snackos, but they're clearly just a ripoff, and I'm not above eating the generic food. So that sounds pretty dope to me. How can they be $2.31 cheaper for a box? Isn't that like how much a box costs? Matthew Denny won bronze in men's discus. It's not gold, but it's Australia's first medal in men's discus in 128 years. Doesn't that mean that's the entire thing for modern Olympics? So it's your first medal ever in modern Olympics in discus? That's pretty cool. I mean, bronze. Any medal is a huge achievement. And you can't forget about this guy. I mean, I know we've got the 14-year-old Aussie legend female winning at skateboarding, but you guys also won the men's skateboarding park, Keegan Palmer. Found 2 shotgun shells on my front window. Anyone know why? That's a little bit threatening, isn't it? Shotguns are still legal down under, aren't they, for hunting? You should probably let the cops know. Usually it's a threat. You're telling me this happens often? Australia 1788 and now. Okay, this is cool. The evolution of the states. It used to just be New South Wales and then nothing. Well, not nothing, but unoccupied by, you know, Western Australia and then New South Wales and then South Australia. South Australia actually used to be, well, I guess it looks taller, but maybe that's just because it was skinnier. Okay, I was like, wait, it went from that to that? It was something very dramatic must have happened here. But no, I'm reading this in the wrong way. That's pretty neat. Aussie Ava is going for AUD $9.26 for 2 in Singapore. I do not know. Is that cheap? Avocados are very expensive, aren't they? Oh, it's usually $11.50 for 2 of them. Ooh, head up to Singapore for a deal. Isn't that funny? They export them all the way to a different country and still make a profit selling them cheaper than in their own country. There's just so many gold medalists to shout out. Cameron McEvoy and Naomi Fox. Haven't been to the cinemas in ages, and wow. 1 large Coke, $10. Holy crap. That's even more if you convert that to USD. That's even more than they charge here, and it's crazy here. It's like $5 here for a large Coke. And the portion, I mean, the large Coke here is like huge. It's still a huge, huge ripoff. And $9 for a medium Sprite. Holy crap. Do you get, and you don't get free refills, do you? Oh, man. No. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But I feel like you guys would find it funny to know that over here in America, you get your drink at any time during the movie. You can leave, go fill your Coke back up for free. All right, folks. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. And I hope to see you again next week. I've got some good video ideas planned already. Thank you for watching.